Pod Jak'd, episode 40, I believe. And it's a nice, beautiful Sunday, I would say morning. It's not afternoon yet. Hey, everybody. Elliot Rogers here. A couple things to talk about. First of all, I just want to say this channel was striked. Now, here's the weird thing. When I was doing this whole channel, for those who don't know, the original title, the reason why this channel is called Jak'd 2.0 is because the original channel was called Jak'd. And I would post comedy clips of mostly comedians. It wasn't a Black Pill channel at all. And then once in a while, I would post a reaction video. I think I did my first reaction video. It was the one, if you saw, of the old show. It's one of the first videos I made with Ross Jeffries and the guy who was the feminist and the other guy. That was like one of the first videos I shot for that channel. And then I started a podcast called So Many Black Girls. And I got a strike for that, which is odd because it's just the title of a show. There's a show called So Many White Guys. It was a podcast response to that. And then the channel got deleted. So then I started this channel, Jak'd 2.0, and I kind of did the same thing. If you look back at the early videos, I had a clip called Pat Dixon Offends Bonnie McFarlane. This New York comedian Pat Dixon said something about this woman who's a female comic, Bonnie McFarlane. And I will say that she's one of the few female comics I think is funny. I don't think women are really funny. We'll get to that later. But she is one of the few female comics. But anyways, I put that clip of my show from Cow Pow Media, and that got 67,000 views, I think, as of right now. The clip was up for 4 years or so. And I've said a lot of things, mostly about women, but none of it's hate speech, just, black pill stuff, whatever. And somewhat recently, Cow Pow Media took down the video, for those who know, Anthony Cumia of Opie and Anthony, one of the, big comedy shows from, the 90s and 2000s. The guy, Anthony, who got fired for recording a black woman and saying racial things on Twitter and making a threat or something, he has a network called Cow Pow Media. It's it's a edgy, private kind of, thing where they post clips online, but they can say whatever they want, and they can be more edgy, and he doesn't have to answer to anybody. Well, recently, he took down the clip, and it led to a strike. Now, I wasn't going to upload anything on the channel anyways, but I do check the channel every day in the afternoon to see if I get any comments. Half of the comments I don't reply to. Half of the comments I do. Usually it's just random comments. Every once in a while, a woman would try to call me out. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode. A woman said something like, the video that women don't care to make men happy. A woman wrote, wait, I have to make you happy? No thanks. Which doesn't make sense. I never said women had to make me happy. Or women have to make us happy. The whole point of the video was women don't care to make us happy, so why should we make them happy? But once again, she probably didn't listen to the whole video. So stuff like that, but I got a strike. It said, you have one strike on your channel. I'm like, whoa, what's this for? And it said, Cow Pow Media took down your video, Pat Dixon Offends Bonnie McFarlane, which, this is not a comedy channel. But I do have a few, if you look at the earlier episodes, earlier videos of this channel, there are a couple comedy clips I did post because this started out as a quote-unquote comedy channel. Then I decided to go, if you want to say MGTOW, Black Pill, Red Pill, whatever you want to call this. So the channel was struck for the first time. I had this channel for how long? About 3 or 4 years. And that's not bad. That's not bad to get one strike. Because it's just weird. The strike expires, I think, in like 6 months or something. It's crazy. I'm not sure if I can even upload this video. I think I should be able to upload it. I think I can't go live or something, or I don't know. So anyways, that happened. And what else happened? Oh, yeah. So 2 things happened. One, and this involves women once again. Not to say men are perfect, because men can be pricks too. I had a woman come to the house recently. Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. Not to have sex with me, of course. We're trying to fix up her house. So I had a woman come over. We had a woman come over. My parents called to do our bathroom, upstairs bathroom. I don't live down there. I live in the basement, as you guys know. And the woman got lost. She calls up, and she's like, yeah, I'm lost. I was like, well, you don't have GPS? She goes, well, I have GPS, but it's looping me around. And she's like, your address is supposed to be getting lower. It's getting higher. I said, that's impossible. It's a one-way street. And she got smart. She's like, I know. That's what I'm asking you. So I know she was smart right away. And I was like, huh. So finally, the dumb bitch, she's like, and by the way, she was like this Italian-looking woman. She wasn't attractive. She was like old, and she had this heavy perfume on, and she reeked. I mean, really stinky, cheap Italian perfume she had on. She was very ghetto. She looked like a New York or a Jersey, Italian chick, real ghetto. And, she just was, and she had this really condescending thing she would do. I can't do it because it's a visual podcast, but she would put her hands out, like to go, okay, when she talked to you. So she gets in the house, my mom's there, and, we're trying to ask her questions and stuff. I goes, oh, here's the ceiling, by the way, because her ceiling is collapsed in the living room from all the water and stuff. And she goes, okay, I can see that. Okay? And I said, I'm just showing you. She said, oh, no, I can see it. Okay. I go, okay. So then she starts asking this question. She goes, okay, now I need to see the bathroom upstairs. Okay. So I take her to see the bathroom upstairs, and she's like, and my mom is trying to get my dad on the phone. So I'm saying to my Mom, stop calling him. He's at work. He's unloading a truck. He can't come to the phone right now. My mom's like, I gotta call him. So she goes, okay, leave your mom alone. Then she goes, that's Mom's. Moms do stuff. And I said, yeah, but he's going to be mad. She's like, yeah, I know. He's going to be mad. So I show her the bathroom and stuff, and then my mom was trying to explain to the cunt that, my dad wants it this way. She goes, listen, it doesn't matter which way he wants, okay? It has to be this way. And she's doing this thing once again with her hands. And I'm looking at her like, listen, I say bad things about my mother. I call her a cunt and everything, and I have bits of my stand-up where I make fun of her and say things, and, we call each other terrible names and, stuff like that. But it is my mother. If anybody's going to call her a cunt, it's going to be me. You know what I mean? Not anybody else. So she's like disrespecting my mother. And, I could have said something right there. And then my mom goes, she brought this big, heavy bag, which didn't make any sense. So first of all, she can't find the place. Second of all, she's got this really nasty ghetto attitude. Really ratchet bitch. And then my mom goes, oh, help her with the bag. And she goes, oh, he doesn't want to. And I said, no, I was like, she's got it. And it's stuff like that. She's like, I mean, it is a lot of stairs. And I was like, my mom's like, help her with the bag. And I'm like, why are you making me do this? You guys know I don't want to do anything for a woman. So I actually carried her bag for her. She had this giant fucking duffel bag. Like, what? She didn't even need to bring it. Just to give us a card and a brochure. So I didn't want to do it, but I actually had to fucking do this for this cunt. And I was pissed at my mom. I said, why'd you make me do that? So I told Mom, we're not going with her. Even if she's the best person, we're going to go with somebody else. She's not going to disrespect us like that. My mom's like, yeah, she was real nasty, and she got lost, and she can't even carry a fucking bag. So that happened. These fucking cunts. And every place we called had a woman come to the door, which is odd. It's like, what the hell are women doing? I thought you're supposed to be in the kitchen with your ass in the air. And then recently, I was doing a live stream on their channel. Some people ask what my other channel is, and I don't promote it anymore, because it's not black pilled, because guys want black pill content. And then the problem is I took down the link to my other channel and the video to my other channel, because guys go, what's your other channel? And then they subscribe to it. Then they it's supposed to be a comedy channel. And, guys want to hear black pill stuff, which I understand. But then they complain and go, oh, what are you doing playing video games for? That's not MGTOW. What are you doing prank calls for? That's not MGTOW. And yeah, you're right. I never claimed once again to be Mr. MGTOW, So I don't really plug my other channel. But I was on my other channel doing a live stream. And I was driving in my car. And I was on the boulevard. And these two cunts, it doesn't matter what color they are, because I think all cunts can't drive, regardless of their color. But they were women of color. They're in their car, they're dancing. You can tell they're high, they're probably drunk. And for those, you drive on certain boulevards, they have aisles. They usually have two. This boulevard's crazy. It has two aisles going each way. So in order to get to the next aisle, you have to, yield. These two cunts don't act like they yield. They just jump into my lane. So I slam on my brakes a little bit. And then I'm like, is she going to stop? And she just keeps going. So I slam on my brakes. She stops. And I'm like, you almost killed me. You fucking cunt. You don't even fucking look. You don't even fucking care. You're going to fucking kill me. You're going to fucking kill someone, you fucks. And they just look at me like in shock, like, and I just drove away. And as I drove away, you can't see them. They stop for a few seconds. You can tell they're kind of like, whoa, what the hell just happened? But it's truth, though. It's like, you have to yield. We get up to the highway. Yeah, you can just drive and just go, okay, I'm just going to drive real fast. But if you don't look, you can fucking hit somebody, or the boulevard, same thing. You got to look. And they're driving just big, once again, they all want to drive bigger cars. So that's the next feminist thing. When I was a kid, a lot of girls wanted these little cute little cars. They all wanted little convertibles and little, now they all want big cars. All of them. They all want these giant fucking cars. Escalades, and they want to drive like men and everything, and then they don't even fucking look. They're fucking dancing to their song. They're trying to be, oh, we're being cute right now. We're doing a makeup. You're going to fucking kill me, you fucks. I know, my life doesn't matter to you. So I'm like, you fuck. I can probably put the clip up. I have to go to my live stream to look for it. The audio's probably shitty and the video's probably shitty. But I should put that clip up. So that happened as well. So yeah, that involves some cunts that I've been dealing with lately. You guys know I try to stay away from the cunts. And then in my local comedy scene, pretty much my disgusted comedy scene in Philadelphia, it's very liberal. It's a shithole liberal city like New York City has become. A lot of libtards, a lot of just closed-minded people. By the way, a lot of the people are actually racist themselves, but they pretend this whole, oh, we have to have diversity, but they're the most, racist and closed-minded, judgmental people you can meet. This feminist cunt, she's a lesbian, by the way. She went into this group. Facebook, they have groups to promote comedy where you can, it's called open mics, and, you can look for open mics and you can look for shows. So she makes this post going, I saw some shows lately and some guys were booking. They didn't put any female comics on. And I just want to say that, that's totally wrong and you're full of shit. You're not supposed to do that and everything. It's like, first of all, when someone books a show, it's called America. You can put whoever the fuck you want. You can put on all black people, all white people, all men, all straight white men, all gays, whatever the fuck you want. It's your show. Okay? That's first of all. Then second, she said it's bad for business. It's like, how is it bad for business? Helium Comedy Club, which is one of the top comedy clubs in our city, when they book some white guy comedian, they have 2 white guys open for the white guy. And usually the crowd enjoys the show. You have to be a real libtard to be like, hey man, the show was real funny and all, but did you have to put on 3 white guys? You could have put a black guy in there, or like a gay or something, or a woman to like diverse it up. This whole idea of let's diverse it up. Here's the truth, and no one wants to talk about this. Most of us are comfortable, and with our own. Now the problem with me is, once again, is I'm mixed. So you might think that I identify with white people. The truth is, I don't identify with anybody because I already know white people, they don't like me. Most of the comedians that I know are white, and most of the comedians I collab with are white. Like if I do have them on my podcast or something, if I do hang out with them, outside of an open mic. But for the most part, I already know deep down inside they don't like me. I'm mixed. When people ask me what I am, I don't say I'm white. I say I'm mixed because that's what I am. I'm mixed. I'm mixed with, Hispanic and white. So I don't identify with anybody. There's no one I really get along with. I think people in general don't really like me. And there's not one race of people that I can think of that I really feel like these are my people. So, but most likely, most white people, if you go on the comedy scene, the same comedians that go, oh, we got to diverse it up and everything. We got to mix it up. You go down there, it's all whitey. Sitting with whitey. All the tables are white. All the people go, oh, we got to have more people on. And then even the comedy shows, even if there's women on the show, it's mostly white. So my whole point is, everyone wants to do this whole thing where we got to hold hands in a circle, and we got to diverse it up. And most people are just, the truth of the matter is just comfortable with their own. There are some people who like to, their friends are all white or their friends are all black and all that stuff. Like a white guy, he's a wigger, his friends would be all black, and there's a black guy out there, he's like the token black guy, and all of his friends are white and stuff. And sure, that happens too. But for the most part, most people are comfortable with their own, and that's just how it is. So this cunt goes on Facebook and she makes this post and she's trying to bully. What she's trying to do is she's trying to bully people into putting more women on shows. And first of all, I said this before. I said Bonnie McFarlane, I think she's funny. Maybe I mean funny for a woman, but she's one of the few female comics. I think she's really edgy and she knows how to write good jokes. So I give her credit for that. But most women are not funny. Even in local comedy scenes. And all the women in this city pretty much talk about being a feminist. They're all feminists. Their whole act is, I'm a feminist, and they don't even know why they're feminists. They were just raised that way. The media told them to be feminists. They got it from the internet. The media that taught them to hate men, and they don't even know facts or anything. They're just like, they want to get into a male-dominated field. Like, okay, Amy Schumer made millions, Whitney Cummings made millions, Chelsea Handler made good money. There's a lot of women who made good money in comedy, Sarah Silverman and all these, a couple other ones. But for the most part, most women, listen, they can make money, sure. They can have great opportunities, but they want to blame men. Just like everything else, we got to blame men for everything. It's men's fault we can't get on stage. It's like no one's blocking you if you get on stage. They don't want to admit this, but they know that women are just, it doesn't even compare. If you compare a comedian like Bill Burr or Dave Chappelle or even Louis C.K. before the controversy, a really solid male comedian, you can't compare it to a female comedian. You can't. You can't compare it. Like if Dave Chappelle, if a woman goes on stage, let's say she does well, they say, oh, she went on stage and she killed. She didn't kill it. Did she have people pounding the walls laughing? Did she have people fall out of their seats laughing? No. She got some laughs. But did she kill the way Chappelle killed? Did she kill the way Bill Burr killed when people are cracking up and they're running around outside their seat? No. So this whole notion, it's just a way to bully people that, oh, you're not booking enough comics. So then she makes that post, and most people agree with her. All these cucks, all these guys are like, yeah, you're absolutely right. I can't believe, they're trying to get pussy. These fucking incel guys that can't get pussy, they have to sit there and kiss their ass and go, you're absolutely right, Betty. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, we gotta put more women on shows. Women are just as funny. No, they're not. Women can be funny. Women can get some laughs on stage. Sure, I've seen it. But are they killing the way their male counterparts are killing? No. So that's the first one. And then this feminist cunt, and I talked about it before the show. She's a woman who hates me because I disagree with her politely on a message board on Facebook like 5 or 6 years ago. And she had to get her goons to jump in and attack me and say, you don't know anything about comedy because you go to suburbs and you do rape jokes and stuff. Like, once again, this whole thing that I do rape jokes. So because I do rape jokes, that means that, once again, Norm Macdonald does rape jokes. He's super funny. Louis does rape jokes. Well, that was too literal. You know what I mean? He didn't rape anybody, by the way. I was joking, but you know what I mean. So this whole thing of, so she wants to get her likes too. She sees her post and she goes, this is great. I got to get my attention too. And by the way, her story is her dad left her when she was a kid. So she hates men. Her whole act is she calls out men. She waits for someone like Louis C.K. to get in trouble, and then she goes on Facebook and she goes, oh, yeah, Louis C.K., he's a real... It's like, first of all, even what's the guy's name? Chris D'Elia. If you know Chris D'Elia, he's an LA comic that does... He was in the Eminem video. He did an Eminem impression. It went viral. All of a sudden, this woman accuses him of grooming her and being a pedophile. As soon as he starts getting all this success again. Remember the video I made where I'm talking about how women wait 30, 50 years to call men out? I forgot the title of the video. But I told women, I said, stop waiting 30 to 50 fucking years to call men out for something they do. Call them out right away. Well, of course, a woman waits for you to get your top success to call you out so they can get their points on Facebook. Oh, you go, girl. You go, girl. Yeah, you called them out. That was a brave thing to do. No, a brave thing to do is to call someone out right away what they're doing. That's brave. Not wait 50 fucking years. So anyways, she's the type of cunt to do that. She goes on Facebook. She only calls men out. She hates men. Her daddy left her. She's still in therapy. She has to take pills. Wah, wah, wah. She's a feminist. And she piggybacks off her post and goes, 3 bookers have been named by name for not making their shows diverse enough. It's bad for business. And once again, how is it bad for business? If I book a comedy show, let's say, with all guys, let's say they're not even white. Let's say, a black guy, 3 white guys, a Hispanic guy, and whoever else, and the show's funny as hell. How is that bad for business? And if some of the audience does complain, they're obviously just a liberal douchebag who's trying to do, once again, the whole, hey, man, we got it. So they want to book people based on not who's funny. Once again, comedy's never about who's funny anymore. It used to be. It used to be expression, funny's funny. That used to be an old school expression. It means it doesn't matter if you're clean, doesn't matter if you're dirty, doesn't matter if you're black, you're white, you're gay, whatever the fuck you are. If you're funny, you'll get laughs. Well, those days are gone. Now it's about, well, yeah, funny's funny, but you can't just put a bunch of white guys on a show or a bunch of white people on a show or a bunch of guys on a show. You got to mix it up. So now people are going to book these unfunny women on the show because now they feel guilty because they know if they book a show with all guys, these cunts are going to come after them and be like, see, you're sexist. You're sexist. You're only putting guys on, see? So now they got to put these, they're trying to bully people to lower the standards once again. To put these unfunny fucking holes on, just go on stage and go, I'm a feminist. I hate men.
the media told me to hate men. I'm a feminist.
Like, that whole act is just, I'm a feminist and I hate men, and but I love cock though. Their whole act is like, I hate men. I'm a feminist, but I love sucking cock. It's like, that doesn't make sense, but okay, good for you. You like sucking cock. Who gives a fuck, you stupid whore? And this guy, Dante Nero, he's a comedian. He said that most of the chicks he bangs is feminists. He said he would argue with feminists. He's not even a good-looking black guy. He's just, like, really wide. He's like one of those, like, he's like a meathead, but he's kind of fat, too. Light-skinned black guys. He was friends with Patrice O'Neal. He used to say all the time he used to fuck feminists. They would argue with him, but they would suck his dick and do all these crazy things with him. But anyways, so she wants to piggyback off his post and be like, oh, yeah, off her post and be like, yeah, I totally back your post, and yeah, people need to diverse it up. You can't just have a bunch of white guys on. Once again, like, if you put on, let's say, 4 really funny white guys and they kill, everyone's going to be like, well, that's great and all. They were funny, but no, there's no but. If they were funny, who gives a fuck that they're all white and straight? It's comedy. The people are supposed to be funny, but now it's like, we want to load this in, be like, we're going to have a show, once again, that, let's say you got a gay Hispanic guy, you got a black dude, you got 2 female comics, you just put 1 straight white guy on there, you put 1 straight white guy on there, and then you put a trans person on there. Let's say the show sucks. Yeah, but the show is diverse, though. I mean, that's good. That's all that matters, right? The show's diverse versus a show, let's say you put 4 funny white guys on and they all kill. Yeah, but that's terrible. You can't just put 4 white guys. It's like they're not running for president. It's fucking stand-up. It's fucking comedy. As long as the person's funny, it shouldn't fucking matter. So once again, we'll lower the standards. And just like how everything now is, being a dirty comic sucks because people respect clean comics. And I see, like I said, I've seen comedians steal other people's material. I've seen comedians do other people's act. They don't care. As long as you don't say the N-word, and you don't say the C-word, and you don't do rape jokes, you can do other people's material. And stealing comedy used to be the number one no-no. It used to be like, don't steal comics jokes. If you steal jokes, you're a piece of shit. Now it's like, oh, if you steal, we don't care as long as you're clean. As long as you don't say the C-word or the N-word. And I do that kind of stuff because I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And I write my own material. So I'm like, it's my material. And there are people who like that shit. And I'm like, fuck it. And I go against the grain, and that's what I do. I'm not going to go anywhere. But if I was clean, I probably wouldn't go anywhere in comedy anyway. This is a rough thing. So my whole point is, these cunts are bullying people on Facebook with their feminist horse shit. Going, you got to put more women on the show. And it's like, I've never seen a woman kill before. I've seen women do okay. I've seen them get laughs. I mean, when I was going down the city, I never saw a woman kill it and get huge laughs where people are pounding on walls. I see their friends fake laughing at their jokes. Because once again, female comics have been put down. They've been put... No, how come Amy Schumer made millions of dollars and she stunk? How come Sarah Silverman and all these other women made millions of dollars and female comics were so put down? How did they end up making it? Chelsea Handler fucked her way. She wrote a book. She fucked the producer from E, and she fucked this comic and that comic. She fucked her way somewhere, that stupid slut. She was fucking 50 Cent, taking that BBC, that dirty whore. But all I'm trying to say is, I know you guys are probably interested in comedy, but even in comedy, you have to deal with cunts. And that's one of the reasons why I stay away from the city. I try to go to places. I'd rather drive an hour to Jersey and pay a toll to get on somewhere than versus going down to the city and have some feminist cunt be like, you men need to... this comedian Kevin Brennan's a real funny guy. He said years ago in his podcast, white women are ruining comedy. And he's right, because they act like they're your mothers. They all sound like your mother. They go on Facebook and go, you men need to start doing this. It's like, you know how old you sound? And the feminist comedian's right. She's got the face of a dog. I don't care if you say, it's just her body. As every guy say, her body's okay. Fuck her body. Who cares? Let's say she does have a good body. She's fucking ugly. She looks like Edward Scissorhands. Edward Scissorhands and that Dreyfuss guy. He used to do movies for Pryor. Richard Dreyfuss. She's fucking ugly, bro. And she looks like she's 60 in the face. She's one of those white women that ages poorly. And she's like, you men need to start doing this. And you men need to start doing that. And you men. And it's like, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. You can't tell me what to do. This is comedy. You're not my mother. It's fucking comedy. Go fuck yourself. So anyways, that pissed me off. And there might be something else I could talk about. But if there is, I'll save it for the next one. But I guess I went off on a tangent there. But once again, thanks to all the people who still listen to the show and actually like these rambling rants, whatever you want to call them. And as far as videos go, once again, if something's in the moment, I'll post something. But, I'm still around. I'm trying to, some people say have a white boy summer. I'm trying to have a half white boy summer, and even that's hard to do. Thinking about taking a trip next month. Some people tell me not to. They say it's going to be too hot. Because I want to go to Florida next month just for a couple of days. Because my birthday's coming up end of July. And I don't want to, stay here because I already know I have once again, a part-time job. But I wouldn't be surprised if my family tries to depress me and go, you got to get a full-time job. They'll start depressing me on my birthday. And it's like, look, I don't want to waste another birthday here, argue with you fucking people. I want to have fun, and I want to go somewhere. I want to take a trip. If I go by myself, and as long as I make it back okay, even if I sit in a hotel room and just jerk off all over myself, even that's something to do. So keep an update on that. Hope you guys are having a good summer. And I'll be seeing you guys. You just listen to Pod Jak'd.